Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of my podcast, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
You don't have people talking about your business all the time. Oh, I love this business's way of making this food, or I really love how their employees are so helpful when they're giving me help in finding something that I need, or whatever it is. And in this time period, personalization is kind of very important. And when you really go into the whole idea of really capturing what the customer needs and addressing that, it's so important. And so many businesses don't evolve. So many businesses don't grow. And a lot of problems really do go into that whole idea. I'm just going to stick that right there. But the point is that I'm going to help those businesses. I'm going to help them manage their businesses better. I'm going to help them with working with their employees better and really trying to develop a system where they can evolve naturally without it being too abrupt. And they can make their business look really good and on the inside and outside, while also marketing towards their customers, trying to figure out their customers, trying to figure out where their customer base needs to go, who they need to attract, where their business will succeed. Because my community is very, very quiet. There's not much happening in Kingston, New York. It's very quiet. Everyone that's my age is really going to Poughkeepsie or New Paltz or Albany or Newburgh or Middletown or wherever else, just because there's nothing going on in Kingston. Literally nothing going on. Sure, there are things that are going on, like the St. Patrick's Day parade just happened last weekend on Sunday, but it's only once in a while these things happen. And most of those things are catered to people that are in their 50s and 60s and 40s or whatever. And it's very, very hard to find something to do that kids want to do, people my age want to do. And we are the people that really, really help with marketing. And if your business is doing great and we really love your business, we'll market it to the stars. We'll be posting on social media all the time, and that's the free marketing aspect. When your customers are talking about your business. And there's so many of us. And that's the big thing that many people are missing when it comes to business around me. And I really want to make that a business goal of mine to help. The light is just awful right now. But to really help business owners create more structured businesses that can evolve easier. And that's not all. That's not all my business goals. So I really do have a long-term business goal that I've always had my whole life. And I've kind of mentioned it a couple times during this podcast. And it's basically having a restaurant that caters to people with food allergies, food impairments, gluten, peanuts, whatever, shellfish. I don't care. Doesn't matter. The point is that when I went out to restaurants during my whole entire life, it was so hard to find anything that I could have. And there's even a restaurant in Kingston near the Strand. I'm not going to say it by name just because, but I don't know, maybe I should. Well, I don't know if they're fixing what they did before, but it was just terrible. They were saying that their items were vegan, which means no animal byproducts at all. Not milk, not butter, whatever. Not cheese. But there was cheese. And I was like, I'm allergic to this. And I actually had an allergic reaction to it. And it was so dangerous. I was like, this is not good. When people say they're vegan, they have to mean they're vegan. They cannot be lying to their customers saying that they're vegan and setting them up to get hurt at their restaurant. And there's a big issue right there. And growing up, my whole entire life, I've never been able to really find restaurants that cater to me and really make me feel like I'm not this oddball. Like, I'm not this random person that doesn't even matter, because there is a restaurant in Troy, New York. It's called Dinosaur Barbecue. They're in a bunch of other places too. But they cater to people with food allergies. They're like, okay, we'll give you a platter that is different from everyone else's, and it doesn't have any allergens in it. And they have a separate waiter that comes out and brings it to you. And I love that. I absolutely love that place. Just because they cater to me in that way. And it's like, okay, well, now I know that I'm going to be safe. Now I know that I'm going to be able to eat with my friends if I want to go out to eat. But the problem is, it's all the way in Troy, and that's about an hour away from Kingston. And it's like, only when I'm up there do I go there. And whenever I go there in Albany or Troy, I always hit up Dinosaur Barbecue because they're an amazing place. They make me feel right at home, and I love their environment and everything. Sure, there are restaurants like in Rosendale that have a vegan diet or a vegan menu. But sometimes they make mistakes. Sure, people make mistakes all the time. But I do enjoy their food, but it's a little expensive because it's a vegan dish. It's all fresh stuff. So it's really good for you, but it's also really expensive. But that's not the problem. The problem is that so many places don't cater to me. And when I go to a restaurant for a party, like a birthday party, and this actually has happened to me, where I go with something that I can have because I know I can't eat anything there, just because I'm allergic to most of their stuff. I think I'm going to try and fix the light right now. I don't know if that worked. Kind of. But the point is that when I worked, or when I brought my own food in a plastic container, it was like, okay, I'm eating my food, but all the waiters and waitresses are looking at me like I'm doing the worst thing in the world. Like I'm bringing other food there and I'm disrespecting their establishment. And I felt so out of place. I felt singled out. I felt like I was a criminal for bringing food that I could have. And it made me feel so sick in my stomach. I don't like going there anymore, actually. I don't ever want to go there really anymore. And I hate that kind of environment. When you treat your customers like they are awful for bringing food that they can have because they cannot eat what you are supplying them, there's a problem there. You cannot do that. It is wrong. And they were okay to do that to me. And I hate that. And there's another restaurant right next door. They actually, I told them that I had a milk and egg allergy. And they're like, oh, do you want to go to somewhere else and grab something really quick and come back? And that way you can enjoy dinner with your family. I thought that was amazing. I love that. I was like, oh, really? That's awesome. And when businesses really try and go that extra step and really show that they care, it's important. The point is, I love business, creating businesses, catering to people. But when I get to affect lives, when I affect many lives, I love it because I get to make a difference in the world. And when I get to make a difference in the world, I'm making other people's lives better. And when I make businesses that actually help my community, where my community prospers, where my community grows, then I've done a good job. Then I've been a good entrepreneur. I love that idea. I don't like the idea of just doing it for the money, because it's not about money for me. It's about making a difference and helping the people around me. I hate the whole idea of just doing business for money. I definitely need to make money as a business, because every business needs to make money. But the point is, you have to treat your employees good. You have to give them good stuff. You have to give them incentives. You have to pay them right. You have to pay them for all their hard work. And the problem is, my community is very lacking when it comes to high-paying, high-worth jobs. And I need to make that difference. I need to be a part of that generation that makes a difference in my community and really creates high-paying, high-worth jobs in my area, so that people don't have to go all the way down to New York City, Albany, or up to Albany, or anywhere else like Poughkeepsie for jobs. Meanwhile, they live in Kingston. There are so many people in Kingston that don't have good-paying jobs in Kingston. And that needs to change. Because when that changes, when people are happy, when people are paid, when those lower income people are even getting jobs in manufacturing or whatever else, they are happy. And when the community is happy, then the people work and look out for other people. And when they look out for other people, the community strengthens, the community grows, the community awakens. And that's the big deal. That is a huge deal. And I want to make that. I want to start that generation. I want to start that regime against the businesses that just care about making the capital and growing and growing and growing and outsourcing and finding new ways to find cheaper work or whatever, because those businesses are not they're destructive. They destroy communities. Walmart, they destroy communities. Burger King, they destroy communities. The point is, you have to have a business that really cares about the people in the community and actually gives value to the community for the community to prosper. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. I really enjoyed making this episode. Have a great day.